This is a True Crime in Real Time update from True Crime Today and the Hidden Killers podcast.
It began with 3 new lawsuits filed against Sean Diddy Combs, the music mogul whose decades-long career as a producer, rapper, and record executive has come under an unprecedented legal and public relations siege. These lawsuits, filed anonymously under the names John Doe in New York courts, add yet another layer to a mounting series of accusations against Combs, alleging a disturbing pattern of sexual abuse, coercion, and violence. This time, however, the spotlight shifts to male accusers who claim they were drugged, raped, and silenced by Combs and his associates. The allegations are harrowing. One man alleges that during a summer 2020 party at Combs East Hampton mansion, he was served a drink that left him fading in and out of consciousness, only to wake up to find himself assaulted by Combs and others. Another accuser claims he was drugged and raped in February 2020 during what he thought was a professional meeting to discuss unpaid work wages at the InterContinental Hotel in Times Square. The third lawsuit recounts a 2019 incident at the Park Hyatt Hotel in Manhattan, where the accuser says he was assaulted after being drugged at an afterparty hosted by Combs. In each case, the alleged victims described feelings of fear, confusion, and powerlessness, with some reporting that they were handed money afterward and warned against speaking out. For Combs, these accusations are just the latest in a series of legal troubles that have engulfed his once untouchable reputation. He is already facing over 24 lawsuits from individuals, including minors, alleging drugging, sexual assault, and physical violence spanning decades. In addition to these civil lawsuits, Combs is also fighting federal charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, with prosecutors accusing him of orchestrating a network of enablers to facilitate systematic abuse. These allegations include claims of so-called freak-offs, drug-fueled events involving coerced sexual acts that reportedly targeted vulnerable individuals. The recent lawsuits, however, mark a significant shift, not only because the accusers are male, but also because of the explicit allegations of financial and emotional manipulation used to ensure their silence. One accuser alleges that after he regained consciousness following the assault at the Park Hyatt Hotel, an unidentified man handed him $12,500 in cash. Another describes being told by Combs that reporting the incident would only make him look like an idiot. These details paint a chilling portrait of power dynamics exploited to suppress victims and maintain control over them. Combs has repeatedly denied all allegations, categorizing them as lies and opportunistic fabrications. His legal team has vowed to challenge each claim, characterizing the lawsuits as baseless attempts to exploit his wealth and fame. In their official statements, they have threatened to seek sanctions against the attorneys representing the accusers. Meanwhile, the legal and cultural ramifications of these cases continue to ripple through the music industry and beyond. The timing of these lawsuits is critical. Filed under New York's Adult Survivors Act, a legal provision allowing victims of sexual abuse to bring forth claims otherwise barred by the statute of limitations, the cases underscore a broader reckoning with the entertainment industry's history of abuse and power imbalances. Attorney Tony Busby, representing several of the accusers, has described the lawsuits as an overdue opportunity for survivors to take back their power. Prosecutors, for their part, have painted a damning picture of Combs' alleged methods, describing a system of intimidation, blackmail, and even violence designed to ensure victims' silence. Federal investigators have tied Combs to incidents of arson, physical assaults, and threats against those who attempted to speak out. The scope and severity of the charges have kept Combs in federal custody since his September arrest, with a trial set for May next year. These allegations are not isolated. They come as part of a growing wave of accusations against powerful figures in entertainment, drawing comparisons to cases like Harvey Weinstein and R. Kelly. In these instances, the legal battles were as much about accountability as they were about uncovering the systemic structures that allowed such behavior to persist for years. For Combs, the stakes could not be higher. If convicted of racketeering, he faces a potential life sentence, a prospect that underscores the seriousness of the charges leveled against him. As the legal process unfolds, one question looms large. How many more victims might come forward? While the lawsuits currently in play involve incidents from 2019 to 2022, the broader investigation into Combs' actions suggests a far longer timeline of alleged misconduct. The ramifications for his legacy and for the culture of accountability within the music industry are profound. For now, Combs remains behind bars, awaiting a trial that promises to be a watershed moment in the ongoing fight for justice and survivor advocacy. The legal troubles surrounding Sean Diddy Combs represent not only a personal reckoning, but also a critical inflection point for the entertainment industry. With the rise of movements like Talk Me Too and increased scrutiny on the abuse of power by influential figures, cases like these expose the often hidden dynamics of celebrity culture. They underscore how fame and fortune can be weaponized to silence victims and perpetuate cycles of abuse. As the allegations against Combs continue to surface, they reveal a pattern of behavior that, if proven true, suggests an extensive abuse of trust and authority. Among the broader implications is the question of industry complicity. How many people in Combs' orbit knew of these alleged incidents, and how many chose to look the other way? The lawsuits implicate not only the accused, but also the systems and enablers that allowed such behavior to go unchecked for so long. This is a stark reminder that accountability must extend beyond individual perpetrators to include those who enabled their actions. For survivors, filing these lawsuits under the Adult Survivors Act is a significant step forward. It demonstrates the power of legal reforms in providing pathways to justice for victims who have long been silenced. The law has allowed individuals to revisit their traumatic experiences and hold their abusers accountable, even years after the incidents occurred. Therefore, this case serves as both a cautionary tale and a symbol of resilience for others who may be considering coming forward. Meanwhile, the ripple effects of these allegations are being felt across the music and entertainment industries. As the media coverage grows, so does the public's awareness of the prevalence of abuse and the need for systemic change. For Combs, the consequences are far-reaching. Beyond the immediate legal ramifications, his professional empire, including Bad Boy Records and his other ventures, is at risk of irreparable damage. Partnerships, sponsorships, and affiliations are likely to face intense scrutiny as companies seek to distance themselves from the growing scandal. The upcoming trial, set for May next year, will undoubtedly be a focal point for both the legal community and the public. It will test the strength of the allegations against Combs and provide an opportunity for both sides to present their cases in court. For the accusers, it represents a chance to have their voices heard and to seek justice after years of silence. For Combs, it is an opportunity to mount a defense and challenge the narrative that has emerged around him. The trial's outcome could set a precedent for how similar cases are handled in the future, particularly those involving high-profile individuals. As these events continue to unfold, they serve as a stark reminder of the need for vigilance, accountability, and support for survivors. The allegations against Combs have sparked important conversations about power, privilege, and the responsibility of those in influential positions. Whether these conversations lead to meaningful change remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: the era of unquestioned celebrity immunity is rapidly coming to an end.
In a world where the darkest secrets lie just beneath the surface.
They said it was an accident, but the evidence says otherwise.
Where hidden killers roam, unnoticed, in the shadows.
I think you would definitely be looking at a blend of toxic, very bad narcissistic personality traits, and they will be vengeful and possibly resort to violence.
Join Tony Bruschi as he uncovers the truth behind the most chilling cases.
They said it was an accident, but the evidence clearly says otherwise.
Each episode, we dig deep into the minds of those who commit the unthinkable.
To your point on narcissism, he thinks in his own mind how witty he is.
Yeah.
But he lost that jury. I was done with him in 2 minutes.
From unsolved mysteries to infamous crimes.
Geez, you've just talked about how you've taught yourself how to do everything under the sun. I bet you did a YouTube video, how to best kill somebody with a knife.
Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi takes you where few dare to go.
How does someone with such a dark secret go unnoticed for so long?
With multiple new episodes every single day.
We're not just telling stories, we're seeking justice.
Listen now on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi.